Hey there. Hello and welcome to Roll to One. I'm Jaden Arnold, your Dungeon Master for tonight's festivities? I suppose it is December. But anyway, I'm ready to start playing. I'm ready to play Curse of Strahd, but I call it something different. You ready for tonight's episode of The Crow's Curtain Call? Mordenkainen, yes, you heard right. The Mad Mage himself took the party into his magnificent mansion with a feast within. He told them that he was looking for his spellbook and his wand, made a death pact with Frizz, and Duncan gave him the Tome of Strahd and also told him about his memory loss. Mordenkainen told Duncan he would work on it. Shiv went back to the Blue Water Inn and talked to Rictavio, while Frizz went back and rested. Duncan then went back and talked to a Grandier, who discovered an invisible red orb when he ate one of his mushrooms. Shiv then snuck away and cast divination to learn of the Mardikov's location. Crow, his familiar, that is an owl and a raven, named Crow, this familiar flew to the ruins in a swamp where a treehouse was found. We'll call it that for now. The party then rested. In the night, they were visited by another doppelganger, pretending to be Vasilka, and told them in the night that they were to wait for further instructions, and that they were watching. The changeling was dispatched by the group, and the party then awoke, discussed with Rictavio about the red orb, learning that someone could be watching through it, and looking at Duncan specifically. The group then talked to Mordenkainen, who told them that no new arrivals had come to Barovia, and that no one had tried to leave, except for, of course, Viktor Vlahovic. Following Mordenkainen, the party then headed to his magnificent mansion to enter Duncan's mind and see about discovering his past, and that it might hurt. All right, so we find ourselves in Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion. Basically, when we walked in, we saw that there was a circle. What?
No, keep going.
I'm sorry, I blinked. There was a circle of chairs. And within the circle of chairs is a cauldron that is boiling up with smoke. It's steaming the floor. If it was a movie set, they'd be using dry ice because it would be all over the ground, right? And a single spotlight shone in the middle of the room, and the rest is just black darkness. Also, I did mention last time that there was a kind of like a stretcher situation, which is basically a medieval torture device designed to pull you in half. Basically, it straps all of your limbs to the corner. However, this one is seems to be inoperable. However, the straps remain, and Mordenkainen has acknowledged that Duncan is to be the one strapped in, prepared for this ritual.
Oh. So who sits there?
So I will say there are, just so that we're aware, the group consists currently of Vasilka, a Grandier, Shiv, Crow, Aster, and Frizz, and Duncan. I guess you all have a familiar if you can include a Grandier. And then Mordenkainen. So here we are in the room, and you just asked me a question.
Just, like I heard him, but I'm like, so what exactly is that for?
Oh, that is for you. We need to make sure that we can access your mind to retrieve the lost memories you had asked me for.
I mean, you didn't have like just a normal table or bed for me to lie down in?
If you would like, it could be a bed.
I mean, I'd feel probably more comfy.
So he takes the Tome of Strahd out from his side that is now like around like a satchel situation. He pulls it out and he opens a few pages and he goes, okay, we might be able to make a slight change. And he waves his hands in the air, mutters a few words in a draconic language, basically transformation. You speak Draconic, I believe.
Yes.
And says, a few words meaning transform, meaning slumber, just like a strange amalgamation of words. Ultimately, the back situation turns into a bed, yet the straps remain.
Are the straps really necessary? I mean,
it is for your safety as much as it is for our safety.
And you know how much we like our safety.
aye. Okay, if this is the only way.
Okay, all right. He walks over towards this cauldron
Party time.
and says, okay, who is to sacrifice their lives? Just kidding. Just kidding. Clearly, the situation is tense. You need to all... It's fine. This is something he asked me for. I have consent for this. So, let us... Duncan, we're going to need to strap you in. So please lay down on the purple velvet sheet.
Yeah, Duncan lays down on the purple velvet sheet.
All right. And...
Shiv will start strapping.
Just immediately, Shiv begins to basically take a strap, pull tightly, and Mordenkainen does the other one, and Grandier does the other one. As he jumps up on the bed, it goes, "It's gonna be all right, man. Dream stuff is always weird. I guess maybe here it's a little different. Oh, you're quite astute, Grandier. Yes, the situation is going to be different than maybe your average dream delving, right? The plane of dreams, if I am correct, we are in the Shadowfell, which would imply that the plane of dreams is beyond, and if we cannot access that, like teleportation, etc., then we are going to be purely accessing Duncan's memory, which will remove any ability for us to venture into other creatures, etc., etc. So, there is only risk for Duncan. All of us should be fine.
I thought it was for your safety.
It is for your safety. Should you protrude some sort of a magical type beam, I've seen you do before, from your chest, I'd like to not be in the line of fire.
Fair enough.
Everything that you do with your body will have minor motions on the outer part of you.
All right, let's get this over with.
All right.
It's gonna be fun.
Here, how are you with pain?
I mean,
I have some turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric, it helps a lot.
Sure, it tastes like absolute bum, but here you go.
Thank you.
Oh, you can't grab it. Who wants to feed him?
Got it.
All right.
You would shove it in your mouth.
So you have some turmeric,
Just
which
all
is
over my beard.
does not taste good, and that situation occurs.
Thanks,
I feel like we're really bonding.
All right, so what I have prepared here in the cauldron is a sleeping potion. So all of us will be able to fall asleep. Should you be willing, it will bring upon that effect.
I don't know that anyone here is immune to sleep.
Are you immune to sleep, Grandia?
Yeah, sleep magic. Nope, don't work on me.
So you're not going to be able to enter, it would seem.
Oh, no. I need to be in there. I have to be in there. What can we do?
Well, I suppose we could push in a different way. It might be a more dangerous way.
Well, I mean, I have to be in there. What do you guys think? You guys want me in there?
I mean, I'd like your help in remembering, since we're such good friends.
Okay. What's the drawbacks?
Well, you see, the drawback in this case is he holds his gigantic unkept beard. Even as he's remained in his sanctum, he's chosen to not shave his typical Mordenkainen look, and says, "Well, you see, to get a Grandia within, we might have to subjugate Duncan to a potentially more lethal form of magic. We would have to enter through." When a thief enters a building, they tend to take the alleyways or the chimneys or some sort of back entrance.
No.
I don't mean that. No. Well played.
Are you saying we could get stuck?
It's a Grander. He could fit.
Sorry, add some turmeric.
So I would say, your mind may resist us trying to enter through the nightmare side of your brain rather than the dream side. You see, dreams and sleep magic is different than bringing out your dreams.
Do we still have any dream pastries? Or would that help at all?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I think I'm good on... I know it's your cup of tea, but I don't want to eat any ground-up children. I think I'm all right.
I mean, I can always just, willingly fall asleep. I could try to take a nap, I guess.
Can you just sleep, buddy?
I had a coffee.
Of course you did.
Okay, well, I see we find ourselves in a predicament.
Why?
Anyone with any ideas?
Go to sleep.
Well, I mean, okay, good luck. Do you need a bed? I'm good. And he jumps up on Duncan, next to Duncan, and just like lays down and just is like,
Wait, can I knock you out?
What?
What if I just give you a little in the noggin?
Strapped in.
you're strapped in. You're like imagining you're flicking, but you literally are strapped in.
That's right. Never mind.
So he begins to fall asleep. He tries. He goes, all right, we are going to have to time this perfectly for him to enter the dream. So I would like us all to roll initiative.
What?
Basically, the initiative is going to be, do you make it with a Grandier?
Oh no. Yikes.
What do we get?
22.
22.
6.
6.
22.
22.
Frizz has a bad feeling.
Frizz is a little slow on the draw there.
Okay.
That's all new to him.
So,
This is wild.
basically, you are all presented with little cups. Little shot glass sized cups. And he pours a little bit of this liquid in. It glows
Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid glows pink, and it begins to foam over with the smoke that is coming in. The initiative will come in handy in a second. But basically, you're all presented with these things like little punch bowls. And he says, we're just waiting until he seems asleep.
Could I have some addition? Can I have some additional potion just for my own?
I think he's falling asleep. Hold on. Now. So you're like a little late as you're like kind of asking him this
Right.
question,
Uh-huh.
and he goes, and then so imagine this with me. You're all kind of in this like about to fall asleep space, and as you kind of fall back in the chair that was around Duncan's space in the middle of the room here, your vision goes dark. You're transported into sort of like the Bifrost, if you will, like a rainbow-esque kind of travel around. You know, picture the boat in Willy Wonka. Picture just a rainbow of color that's going around. And what you're seeing now is kind of like the inside of a blood cell, right? You see like little orbs of magical energy transferring as we're entering the mind of Duncan. And finally, as we get to the down the pathway, we begin to all formulate, like molecule by molecule. You kind of reverse disintegrate, assintegrate, I don't know what the word is, but you get created kind of piece by piece, and almost in a way like a 3D printer, kind of bottom to top, exists in this kind of space. As we all look around, the person that we don't see is Duncan. However, you do see Frizz is towards the back, and right up behind him would be a Grandier, Mordenkainen, and then finally Shiv at the front of this kind of pathway. And Mordenkainen says, okay, Duncan, do you hear me?
Do I?
Yes.
Hi, I'm here.
Why? We hear like the echo of like, I'm here. You don't have to do that, but like the idea is that we're almost hearing like a resonance of his voice within him.
Is it working?
I believe it is working.
Probably.
We are in your mind. In order for us to help you see within your memories, you're going to have to target one.
Well, I don't know where to begin.
Think of something.
I know. Take me back to when my mother died.
Are we sure we want to start somewhere so traumatic?
It's all I remember from the past.
Well, okay. All right. Brace yourselves. This may hurt a little bit. I assure you, if we die, we're fine. Duncan is a little more at risk. We transport more within, and we see around us now, as we land on the ground, we see kind of like a little boy sitting in a room, and all we get is shadow around him, basically from behind his eyes back It is all dark shadow. But however, you do see the interior of this room, and we all kind of like float down to the ground and stand on this floor. It is all black, like I said, beyond, and as we walk up, we begin to get illuminated by the candlelight in this small cottage. We see a larger man, looks a lot like Duncan, big red beard, and a similar demeanor. However, this individual is probably, we would assume, to be Duncan's father. And he is stirring a pot, similar to the one we just saw, but this pot within is a stew. You can almost smell the stew. You can almost feel the moisture in the air. You can hear the wind, but only as you get closer to the boy. We're all walking around. Duncan isn't present, but we all see each other like specters, like ghosts, like, fluorescent a little, like you can almost radiate a little bit of your own light. But as you get near the scene is not affected by your light. But you can see each other. You're more ethereal. And Agrandir's like,
I think this is his mind?
yes, you're, again, quite astute. This is, in fact, Duncan's mind. It seems that he has held us here for a second. He is determinant upon the view of the next few minutes, hours, seconds. Time is strange here.
Yeah.
What do we do now? Just wait?
I mean, we investigate. We can see what he sees. And we can walk around this room.
Roll for investigation?
All right, what are you investigating?
I don't know. Just
You want to look at the room around him? Do you want to look at maybe the door? Imagine a small cottage, a bed, and like a pot, the interior of a single-roomed house, right? And you see, of course, Duncan's father and
I guess
Duncan.
we walk into the light.
But yeah, you're in the light. So, right, you see, basically, for lack of a better explanation, you only see what Duncan is seeing.
Anyone there acknowledge us?
They're all frozen in space.
Going to open the door.
You go to the door, it does not open.
Hmm.
You touch, your hand goes through it.
Oh. Get some of that stew.
Shiv, what are you trying to do?
Investigating?
I'm afraid it's going to be more with your eyes.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to touch anything. Only Duncan has access to what is going on, and it seems Duncan is sitting there looking at his father.
That's my father?
So I've tried to touch many things now.
I'm getting a strange sensation that your father is that man. If you're feeling it too, it's an emotion.
I
Well, is it?
recognize this place, I think. Do I recognize it?
A part of you does. Like you remember this,
Deep within.
but yeah, you're not, it's not a vivid memory. It's sort of like when you remember, scabbing your knee when you were a kid. You're like, oh yeah, that happened. I was there for that. But the details are all fuzzy.
And I'm disembodied right now.
Yeah, you have no presence here. You're just experiencing the room.
So do I see it like what's my point of, like, how do I see this? Like, if I'm not there.
You're Duncan.
Oh, I see it from my own
Yeah,
memory.
you're Duncan.
So I'm just on pause.
Yeah.
Can I hit play?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check. Add your intelligence bonus.
I can never find stuff.
It's all good.
Been playing almost 30
That
episodes.
says something about your intelligence bonus.
Something there.
It's 19.
19.
Yeah.
This scene begins to push onward into time. What pace would you like to take this memory?
3 times.
I want to watch it in real time.
So you see your father. And if you remember this scene back when I previously did it, your father addressed you, asked you if you were hungry, woke you up, and you found yourself in this situation. And as the scene goes on, there's a large sound from outside. There's kind of a screaming sound that goes on, and then he bursts out the door, and you follow quickly. and see the space is just a countryside that is obscured in silhouette by a large glowing green portal that is radiating energy. Within, on the other side of the portal, is a junglescape, life and mushrooms distant as you can see, and just an abundance of strange fey life. Also coming and pouring out, like the armies of elves and creatures of similar notion are grabbing people and are picking them up and yanking them back into the portal, shooting them, grabbing them. It's a full-on raid, right? And your father goes out to your mother, who is standing there, doing the laundry. It's almost like the sun has been blotted out in this moment. However, it's not. It's still there. But anyway, the moment there, somebody blasts in her direction, and he kind of turns around to you and says, "Look away, Duncan. Don't look." Do you look away?
No.
Your eyes are glued to the situation, and you witness your mother get kind of blasted, and her body goes towards you. Instinctively, make a dexterity saving throw.
12.
12 with your current stats. Your mother kind of clips your shoulder with her leg ankle area, and her body slams into the house and kind of cracks on the side of the doorway. And your father, just his arms extended, as you almost in a wave of emotion feel that he's extending towards you, but now in this current moment he's not. His hands are towards something else. And then as you kind of turn around and witness the space, just in a glaze, you see the house go up in flame, and it gets enveloped. But before it gets entirely enveloped, you're grabbed, not by your father, but by someone else, by someone that you can't see their face, but the hand. It feels longer, it feels colder, and it grabs you and runs towards the portal. Your father begins to yell as well. You see he's now being surrounded by more individuals that grab him.
Can I pause it again?
You can, literally in this moment, it is paused.
Can I roll a perception?
In this current moment, yes, you are.
Well, previously.
No, he's full control.
Can I?
So if you want to go back, you can defer to Duncan.
Go back a bit.
Where are we going back to?
What was his father grabbing for?
As he was turning around? Okay, make a perception check.
18.
So you see Duncan is looking back towards his father. So all that is behind him is completely engulfed in black. And as you see, you wait and you kind of have him pause it. As Duncan turns around and looks, he sees the collapsed body of his mother against the back wall. And it would seem that his father is reaching towards his wife, who was yanked from him, whether by magic or whatnot, pulled towards the house.
Was this like a historical event that I could make a history check on?
Oh, it's a long shot, but you're more than welcome to.
Ooh, 73. Good roll.
Yeah, 73.
It is not seeming like a historical event. Whatever happened here, by the looks of it, happened quickly.
Okay.
And it seems that the evidence is being burned.
Right.
It's a cover-up.
I'll say to Duncan,
Can we go back to right when you get grabbed?
Sure.
You move the situation back to where you get grabbed.
can I see who's grabbing him? Or what?
Yeah, you can go ahead. So Duncan's barely able to make out this face. So you can, with Duncan's help, you can make a perception check. So you have advantage. Because obviously Duncan is helping you do this.
Right.
Nice.
Better. 22.
Whoever this is, this individual, that's not what you really pay attention to. That seems to be just some sort of a grunt. Doesn't matter, right? Just somebody is grabbing him.
Sure,
However,
yes.
what you do notice is that they are wearing a blackened leaf-like clothing, some sort of a shrouded armor that is reminiscent of You can make a nature check or a history check right now.
I'll history check that.
I'll give him help as well.
Yep. I suppose you could do that.
It's cocked.
All right. 26.
26. This is clearly a member of the Unseelie Court of the Fae, which is there are multiple courts, the Seelie and the Unseelie being the biggest two and the most important in the Forgotten Realms setting. But basically, you can see it as good and evil, but it's a way more clouded situation than that. The Unseelie being the individuals often noted for more spy espionage type acts, less ranger druid type stuff, and more like shadow dark stuff. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then basically this individual is a member of the same.
Okay. I'll tell the party that.
All right.
Or at least, yeah, I guess Duncan can hear that as well if I tell them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll tell them that.
Huh. Unseelie, huh? That's interesting. They're pretty rough around the edges.
Yeah? Did we... Why would they attack my father? Why would they kill my mother?
I don't know. I'm just watching. I don't know. Your dad seems pretty tough.
He does. Can I see if my dad lived through it?
Go ahead and make a perception check while
Just to
you're
see.
like looking at him being grabbed by all those people.
Can we hear what Duncan is thinking to himself or not?
We hear when Duncan chooses to project his thought. Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
that's what's going on there.
But only when he chooses. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's like language, right?
Too bad.
Well, I mean, I guess what you would be experiencing the memory as it happened, not necessarily. And so, like in a way, that I kind of sort of referenced that with Mordenkainen saying I could feel the emotion, right? So it's like you do have that kind of that feeling there that you feel his emotion.
Okay.
17.
17. It seems that your father is grabbed and maybe sustained wounds, but you're young enough that it's like not entirely obvious what's a whack and what's a lethal strike.
But he's not like clearly obliterated.
No, he's
like
not.
Mom.
He's clearly being grabbed
Okay.
first and foremost.
Okay.
He's being placed under some sort of arrest type scenario.
Morty,
Yes,
do you know anything? What do you know about the Unseelie Court?
I know that they are a bunch of bastards who all deserve death
Why's that?
because they work against the Seelie Court.
Well, as evident by their name, I guess.
It's funny which came first. No one knows.
So, what makes the Seelie Court so worth not fighting against?
Well, their sharing of certain types of magic. They contain often the summer court and all sorts of nature type situation. I guess all things considered, they tend to be more kind to the material plane dwellings. As noted by the obvious opposite here, as we are seeing now. Take no prisoners, but they take some, it seems. I was under the impression that they didn't.
What happened to get their attention, I guess?
Because he knows them.
Did
You-
my dad know the Unseelie Court? Do we know?
I'm not sure. Are you asking me?
I guess he's just thinking out loud. I don't know. I guess, is there anything else to learn from this memory?
I would
Can
like to run, without telling anyone else, roll an inside check on a Grandier when I said because he knows them.
Okay. Look at a grandeur as you say that.
I thought you meant my dad.
13.
I mean, a grandeur seems in contemplation like the rest of us.
Hmm.
What he's thinking about is beyond you. Okay, so, what would we like to do? I suppose, here's the thing. To answer your question, Duncan, I'm not sure what there is to learn from these memories and what is not.
Could fast forward.
I guess we can... I don't know what to fast forward to. I mean...
5 minutes from now?
this is where it may seem dangerous. Well, you see, the farther we push into your unknown memory, the more lethal this will become for you. It is truly up to you how far we're able to push. And if you push beyond your means, your mind may kill you.
So what is it? What would that look like? What does that mean? To push beyond my means and in this place.
I would say you're going to take some sort of a psychic type pain until you have nothing left.
Like just the longer we're here.
In game, you're going to take psychic damage until you die. And so basically, if you push beyond, right now we're in a memory you've experienced in game.
Sure.
Right? When you had the blast occur, this is a memory that you experienced. That was during the fight with Aragol and Luvash's gang. Right? So that this memory is relevant. Now, the farther we push, basically into the portal, etc., I'm going to begin to roll damage for each important memory in your life. I'm going to roll a substantial amount of damage. Now, that substantial amount of damage has an average, of course, but also you have a lot of hit points. And so, literally, I'm just going to go, every time we go forward, I'm going to roll a d20. And then how much damage you take is that d20.
Question. Can I cast Sanctuary on his mind?
Would you like to cast
What?
Sanctuary?
No.
Because
You're not being targeted by the psychic damage in
no,
your own mind.
he's being targeted by his own mind.
No, he's not.
So
mind is his own
I guess
mind.
here's
Don't
my
know
thing. Which Duncan are you going to target? The one that is currently present in the space, or the Duncan that you cannot see?
I would target
It's a trap.
If I would cast it, I would target the Duncan, the physical Duncan we are. The one we...
Wrong.
Which one is attacking which?
yeah.
Neither.
Well, I mean... Probably the one I can't... The one... Because the physical one is would be the one that I can see, right?
Right. The
Versus-
Duncan that is currently, I guess, in the scene as
The,
it's
like, the-
paused is the one that is being
Right.
held as he's
Okay, not that one.
looking at his
No,
dad.
I would cast it on the other one.
Which other one?
The one you can't see.
The
which you can't
disembodied
target.
one.
Yeah.
I'm more of a can't touch.
I don't have to touch it.
For Sanctuary, I'm pretty sure you do.
Mm-mm.
We talked about this.
We did talk
during
about
the
this.
Lucian fight.
Or maybe you have to go within 30 feet
Yeah, and I
of
got it
something
wrong.
that doesn't exist.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay.
It says a creature. Isn't he a creature?
Not anymore.
Does inside count as within 30 feet?
That's so interesting. Are you?
No.
Are you here? I'm not going to tell you what happens until you say I
yeah.
cast or don't cast the spell.
Okay, I'll cast it.
Okay.
Why not?
You cast Sanctuary. Drop the spell slot.
I'll be the hero.
What does Sanctuary do?
Sanctuary says, until the spell ends, which is concentration. Nope, 1 minute.
So does it say, like, you target a creature you can see?
Until the spell ends, you ward a creature within range, 30 feet, against attack. That is all the first line says.
Wow.
Okay.
Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. So I'd make his mind
So you're going to make Duncan make a wisdom save.
to
That's
hurt.
the concept.
I would, but
Yeah,
I'd make,
sure. I like this because technically the way that the spell works does not imply you have to see him.
Correct.
It just says a creature within 30 feet, which
Yeah.
is true.
Which yeah.
He is within 30 feet in Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion, right? As we are now disembodied within his mind, that doesn't
Yeah.
matter spatially. So it is only the space when you target him in real life, which is we're not in real life. I don't know why I said that, but like the the game, whatever.
I'm not
Yeah.
real.
What you're not, and
You never were.
ultimately, I will say the spell goes off. Now Duncan will have to make that wisdom save when he
rolls to hit himself.
rolls to hurt himself.
Okay. How? Okay. Second question. How is time passing in his mind?
I don't know. How does it feel?
Fantastic.
Because the thing is that right now you're frozen in time, but you're able to move. You're walking around.
Okay, so then, because this lasts for a minute. The spell
Sure.
lasts for a minute.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Real time.
I'll let you know what it ends.
But that's real time, right?
He'll let you know when it ends.
Okay.
So he's cast it as of the end of this conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. You're
Let's change now so it works.
5.
Okay, so you're going.
Where are you going? Like 5 here or something?
I don't know. Let's go forward.
30 years.
Not 30. I don't know if Duncan's even. All right.
Yes, we do. Duncan's like. I don't actually know.
He's not that old. He's not that old. We're gonna miss a bunch.
I thought the whole point of Duncan was that he's like age ambiguous. Like you don't know.
Right. So I know he's not that old though.
Go forward 2 days.
No, I'm gonna go forward. Let's just go forward a few years.
Okay.
Just a handful of years.
So we go forward a few years until eventually we just stop. And we see Duncan in a very interesting tree building carved out, and it says something in Elvish on the front. Who speaks Elvish? Who speaks Sylvan, excuse me. Who speaks Sylvan?
Not me.
Sorry, Dwarvish.
Oh, hey, you know what? Dwarvish is helpful. You would likely speak Sylvan, but you wouldn't know that you do, and we're going to let you know that later. Ultimately, you see that the sign, kind of as Duncan looks at it in this memory as he's walking towards it, that we're seeing this building, the sign almost like changes, and Duncan sees this strange symbol sequence, and then we all hear orphanage
Oh,
as it plays his translation.
that's so cool.
So we get up to the front door and we push it open, and then immediately Duncan is knocked down by 11 or 12 young children, elves, fairies. It looks like there's a minotaur, just like a very strange group of children.
A child minotaur.
Yeah. Child minotaur. What do you
As
mean?
big as a cow.
Yes.
He's just like, he's like, you know,
Sucks to get knocked down by him.
it's rough. But anyway, they all stomp over you, and you see, as he's like, knocked over, he turns around and he just sees them all running out towards kind of like a group of mushrooms, and they begin to bounce on them and play with them, and Duncan's just kind of like in the mud now.
I love
Duncan, make that wisdom save.
wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah. Let's see what that's against. No, you're not going to beat it. It's
That's-
17 to beat.
It's 4 total.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
So for once, it's great to get a bad roll.
Okay, you're gonna take half. You can take
Okay.
5.
Half?
Yeah, I'm
Minus 5.
giving him sanctuary because
I
I'm
thought
nice.
Sanctuary just targeted someone else.
Yeah, if you
I understand what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm being nice. What do you want?
Hey, I'm taking it, man. I'm taking
Take
it.
5 psychic damage.
I want that psychic damage to go back on Jacob.
Oh, that would be interesting.
This
I
is
would-
what you asked for.
I would like to not take it.
I would like to turn off sanctuary.
Except I don't think I can.
No, I got
'Cause
you.
It's not
It's on.
it's
I
not
mean,
a
it's-
concentration.
all good.
Basically going to be off now.
So
Good news, I can heal you. I can touch you.
the
Can you though?
Well, we haven't tried that yet, have we?
this is a
have
very
not.
fun conversation. Duncan, would you like to continue your memory, or would you like to stop here?
Do I recognize this place? Now, upon seeing it,
A part of you does, of course. Was going to be my answer going forward, but you did.
Okay.
You were able to translate it, which means that you do at least know what the sign says.
okay.
And you were heading towards it, like
It-
you were familiar with it.
Inside. Was Duncan popular?
It doesn't seem
It
so. it doesn't seem that Duncan was popular.
course,
Also,
shit,
Duncan
but
had
it's-
no beard and a full head of red hair, and
And little twig arms.
little twiggly arms.
Hey, I hadn't hit puberty yet.
Little
all right?
lanky boy.
All right, so
Go inside.
you go. You're the one who's there. I'm just watching.
No, we're not. You're there.
All right. Well, play it. Let's see if I go inside.
So eventually, you do go inside. As you basically through the evening, you kind of just watch, and as you're, we'll get to the inside part. The memory continues to play. You're watching all these children, and coming alongside you is a smaller blue-skinned individual with white hair strung back, a greenish outfit, and
Could it be?
it is.
The one and only.
You'll be fine, kid. Who needs friends?
We all simultaneously look at a Grandier.
Look, I'm a jerk here and I'm a jerk there. Doesn't matter?
Those are my friends.
All right, so little Duncan begins to speak and says, "Those are my friends."
He says, "Oh, come on. Listen. What you need is a life. These kids, they don't got, look at them. They're having fun. It's great, but I can give you something better.
Yeah? Well, like what?
I mean, you want to be a super badass, work for the awesome government we have?
What do you mean? What government? You're not talking about...
Look, I'm talking about, pick a side in this war, my man.
I tell you... What if I told you my father was killed by the government?
You and everybody else, man.
Yeah. Well, can you get me out of this dump?
I mean, I can do that, but gonna need something from you.
Like what?
You're so...
I'm gonna need a promise that you're gonna do the right thing in the end.
Of course. Who wouldn't?
Done. Sign here.
He whips out a little piece of paper.
Is it like really, really tiny?
I mean, it's like
Okay.
a little. It's like,
All right. I think young Duncan is not as wise as old Duncan, so he just signs it.
Perfect.
He wraps it up. He holds it up in the air. A little dove comes by, swoop, takes it out of his hand,
Dove.
and then the dove disappears.
What was that for?
Oh, text messaging was
Magic.
wild.
Everything.
That was the deal. It'll show up in time. It's all good.
All right, as long as you get me out of here.
All right. Let's go inside.
So you and a Grandier go inside, and a Grandier, I'm going to say it, adopts you and goes, "Look, kid, it's just a formality. You'll be fine."
Those were adoption papers?
No. What we just signed? No. What I just signed just then with the lady up there? Yeah, that was adoption papers. It's okay. You'll be fine. You'll be a free elf in no time.
You're not my dad.
I never said I was.
You're not. Just letting you know.
Man, this kid, snappy for 12.
Yeah, well, you have your mom blown up in front of you.
Man. Here. I have an idea. It's going to make you a little less pessimistic.
Yeah.
Have a snack.
I'm starving.
You pop it in. We're all seeing this in real time. Duncan, you take 16 psychic damage.
Right?
Right in this moment.
Real Duncan?
Real Duncan. Duncan takes 16 psychic damage as he begins to try and remember what he just forgot. It seems that Randy, in niceness, it seems, was trying to have you forget that traumatic incident.
Wow.
And you did.
Wow.
And Randy goes,
See, from here on out, you're going to be a lot more peppy.
What? Pep. Wait. I just had some.
Yeah, you were telling me you're going to be a warrior. Come on, let's go train.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
so you guys walk out of the orphanage and into
A montage.
the montage, right? and you no. Shout out to Joey, miss you, buddy. So ultimately, you experience this kind of training montage with a Grandier, where a Grandier is kind of like getting you trained to fight. However, you're not strong and you're not growing up strong. You are kind of a weaker guy. You are somebody who
He's got a tiny tracksuit.
He's got a tiny tracksuit. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Right. So it seems, though, that you are being trained to use magic.
Fake mustache.
You're being trained to use magic. You're being trained to be a sorcerer, it seems. You have within you some sort of a wild magic that is allowing you to become this pretty decent mage. And you're casting spells, you're flinging flinging fireballs, and it is a real legitimate skill that you have. As you are weak and fairly charismatic, you're capable of it.
Cool.
This is the thing that you're seeing happen, unfold.
So I'm like a wizard.
You're like a sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
It's within you, it seems. And Grandir is helping train that out of you and is becoming very familiar with your abilities. And over time, we see a Grandir kind of go, you should probably help me. And you kind of begin to do things that he asks. And every so often, you begin to get near these moments in time that kind of go and begin to hurt. We approach one. Would you like to push?
Push?
Yeah.
Is Sanctuary still up?
No, it's been more than a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna cast it again.
Okay.
Oh.
Would you like to push in
Thank
the
you.
first
Push randomly or push into the memory?
into the memory? This memory clearly doesn't want you there.
Oh, it doesn't want me
It
there.
doesn't want you there. It's getting louder and more painful as you approach.
Let's push.
Okay.
Make a saving throw.
That is cocked.
Wow.
That was
What?
really cocked.
Some dice on dice action. Oh, that beats it.
Okay, so he's going to take the full damage.
Full damage.
Rolling
That was a nat 20.
Nat 20.
You're going to take 16 psychic damage.
You're good.
And you see, all right, you're going to have to cast a spell. It's not that big a deal, but basically the goal is to get you to burst. It's going to be weird. Magic, wild magic is strange. Ultimately, I just need you to cast it on these mushrooms. So you cast magic on these mushrooms, and they begin to absorb kind of this magic, and then he goes, oh, there it is, all right. And then he takes his, like a sheet over you and all these mushrooms, and you just kind of burst with the magical energy. And then he's like, you good? You alive? He's alive! Hey, that was awesome. Look at all these mushrooms. They're glowing now. And you're like, I didn't like that. No. And then he's like, oh, it's fine. Here, have a mushroom. And you eat a mushroom. And that memory's gone.
Man, the Grandir's a dick.
And it seems these magic mushrooms come from somewhere,
And it's you.
and it might be you.
What?
Okay.
As we push towards into memory, we see you and a Grandir having a good time, being friends, having conversations, enjoying one another's company.
Eating
And
mushrooms.
he's introducing you to people who are up in high places. He's like, yeah, this is the governor of Treeville, and all that kind of stuff.
I mean,
And-
Whoville.
Look, dude,
It's like Whoville.
this is a very complicated place that I'd rather not get into for the boredom of the audience. And
Where's the governor of Treeville?
up there in
In high
the tree.
places.
Yeah, right. And so you begin to push towards another memory.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Cast it again.
God, I hope I don't beat it again.
Quit rolling frickin' 20s.
Mordenkainen pipes up and says, oh, wow, you were once a wild magic sorcerer. What a strange thing. What a name for it as well. That's what I'm calling it. Ultimately, that's terrifying. What say you, Agrandia?
Listen, this is just, you gotta make ends. You gotta do what you gotta do. He's clearly a powerful sorcerer. He's fine. Look at him. He's alive now. I mean, he's alive now. We're in his head.
Why are you being so defensive?
Probably because he kept wiping my memory and traumatizing me.
Not in that order.
It's fine. You don't know what you have until it's gone.
No, I suppose you don't know, even after it's gone.
Now you don't know what you have when it's gone.
Same difference?
Okay, Duncan, every time you've been going towards these moments in time, you've been pretty aggressively going towards it. How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 86?
I'm
92.
feeling about a 55.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Oh.
Feeling 55? Okay.
Since we're beginning to approach your young adult life, we sure we want to push into this next one? It'd be strange to see you awkwardly try to kiss someone.
We should do it.
No,
I've already cast Sanctuary.
No, I'll let you keep the sanctuary. It's all
Okay.
You have 30
good.
seconds
Just on the next, basically the next.
Yeah. I'll cast on
one
the
of
next
these.
one he
Yeah.
goes into.
to comply.
he just holds action sanctuary.
Technically, it's a bonus action, so I can't hold it. Can I? Regardless, continue.
So
Doesn't matter.
I mean, is there something that's like more closer to when I lost my memory?
Which time?
Why don't you ask the individual here who has clearly been present for most of it?
Is okay, a grandier. If you can be honest, huh?
Well, I guess we got to get to the material plane, which would put us a couple months ago? No. Yeah, a couple months ago.
What about my dad?
What about him?
Did I ever find out what happened to him?
No?
Can I roll?
Yeah. Can
insight on
yeah.
I mean, you're welcome to roll insight. Here's the thing. Don't tell me what you roll yet. Should you fail, you have to act on it. If you do not roll it right now, you can act on your own intuition. But if you roll and it says, yeah, I rolled like a 2, you have to in character believe a grandier.
Okay.
So it is your penalty to do this, if you'd like to. Otherwise, you can have a confirmation or a false life thing that you're believing.
I'll do it.
I'm making it obvious for you.
Are you gonna make me roll again?
No, what is the roll?
20.
Okay.
Yeah, 20.
A grandier seems to be lying.
I mean, kind of figured, but. No, we don't want to do that. We're in his mind.
I mean, he blew up too.
All right. A grander.
Taking you out with
Un-
me.
Enough lying.
All right. Give me the reins. I got this. Nope. I think I farted in real life. All right.
Is
How do
anything
we
moving?
get to a couple months ago? I guess it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And he gives you the exact day that you would have seen your father.
What?
He says, yeah, you'd have seen your dad right about here, because then for like a week you were on the run, and then I found you again, and then it's just a pretty complicated. I mean, I guess we could see it.
Yes, I'd like to see my dad.
Are you sure it might hurt?
Do it.
It's worth it.
All right.
So this is you cast it.
Yep.
And then
Saving throw.
make a saving
Use
throw.
the other dice.
That was not the other dice.
That was the other dice. Another natural 20.
Another natural 20. All right.
Wisdom saving.
I love this. So now I get to do full damage.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That's 17.
Oh,
You've done this to
awesome.
yourself.
This is 17 psychic damage that you take.
I've got one more, and I don't know if I want to use it or not.
Oh, man. All right. So basically, we go.
Wait,
Can we long rest in your mind?
can Shiv heal me?
Yes.
I can't touch you.
As long as he
You
could.
have
As
to
long
touch
as he
me?
could.
Well, I mean,
As long as he could cast a spell that wouldn't have to touch you.
right.
But he
Just-
has to, it might have to be a target that he can see. So it just depends on how it's
I'll
phrased.
let him read that, but yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we go back.
I'll look for one.
We go forward in time. We pass a few uncomfortable situations that we do not acknowledge because we are pushing past the pain, and we go towards now this point in time when Duncan looks a lot like how he looks now. Duncan's an older-ish guy, and
Yes.
I think we probably decided that you were like late. Mid-30s is kind of how we kind of felt about this. So anyway, it's been quite a number of years. We went quite a bit ahead, and we find ourselves in a prison. We see rows and rows of unkept monsters behind almost a ray shield of energy and magical power, and behind one of those, as Duncan sneaks forward. We're seeing, again, all the shadow behind him. We just see his vision as we push into this room. We see behind one of the doors is a gray and red-haired, very similar to Duncan. This guy's a full head of hair because it's your mom's dad. And he's evidently, hey, we got balding. It's whatever it is. And this man looks withered, but still strong. This man looks beaten, but still brawny.
But not broken.
And this individual sees out of the corner of his eye, oh, am I dead?
No, you're not. Are you Gilchrist?
I'm Gilchrist.
Gregor Gilchrist?
What? Who are you? Who sent you?
Is your name Gregor?
Am I gonna look up your dad's name? I forget. What is it? Isn't it like something else?
I just thought it was like McGregor or Gregor or something.
I mean, that's very clever of you. I have it. I'm gonna look it up. But anyway, he says the correct name. Look, guys, we're in such a serious moment, and I blew it. I blew it. It's my fault. I should have just said yes. Oh man, I have it. Duncan's backstory.
What is it?
Not
I'm
for
gonna
nothing,
tell you.
but I feel like we missed some stuff.
I feel like we fast
We
forward.
can just hit rewind. Not
It's
yet.
Fletcher. What do you mean it's Fletcher?
Oh, Fletcher's way cooler.
It's Fletcher Gilchrist.
Fletcher. That's
It's
right.
such a cool name. And so anyway, he goes, I'm not gonna fall for another one of your tricks, Faye. My name's Fletcher.
Good recovery.
Thanks.
Well, oh, that's right. Fletcher.
My name's Duncan. Duncan Gilchrist.
Heard that name before. I don't remember where.
I'm your son.
It can't be possible. My son died about 40 years ago.
No, he didn't. He's standing right before you, old man.
You hear to your right, hey, they're coming. We don't have much time. Hurry.
Listen,
Little Grandier.
listen. I've come all this way. I'm going to get you out.
If you're really my boy, then these gauntlets may work on you.
Gauntlets.
He says, when they took all my things, they put them just around the corner. But my gauntlets, they'll work on a Gilchrist.
Over there?
They'll make you strong. I don't think there's much time left for me, boy.
I can get you out of here. So they're over
Hurry,
there?
they're coming! What are we gonna do?
Can I go get the gauntlets?
Alright, so go ahead. No, you don't need to roll. You know where they are. This happens in memory. You
Right.
go to this moment and you grab these gauntlets. You pull them out. They're silver. They have the face of an ogre on them. In anger and in rage, you see these gauntlets, and a Grandier says, as you're now holding them in your hands, he goes, all right, I think we got a bolt. We gotta go.
Not till I get him out.
No, you're gonna have to go. You could mess up. Who knows?
I put him on.
All right, so you put on these gauntlets. Immediately, you see a scrawny sorcerer become a very strong man. Very strong sorcerer. And
Get some gains, man.
basically, you run back around the corner. A Grandier goes, bucket, and then goes out and leaves. And you see Duncan run up to the basically looking like how he does now, but in sorcerer robes, and runs over towards the situation, and he sees there's a guard there, and this guard looks at him, this elven man, long pointed sylvan ears, and is wearing that dark outfit that we recognize, not the same man but a similar garb, and says, "Oh no, you don't." And then casts some sort of a spell in your direction. Duncan attempts to counterspell, but fails, and then is blasted by energy, slams against the back wall, almost in a shock, and passes out. That's where the memory ends. We wake up, and we see around a campfire, a Grandier is like blowing come on, is like waving in his eyes as he's like poured something, and Duncan goes, ah, and begins to get like boils in something, and he goes, I'm sorry, all I had was acid, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
And you're awake around a fire.
When life gives you acid.
And you're like, and you're like, ah, and you begin to like get really, really pissed at a Grandier, and almost in this moment, like a burst of wild energy comes out of you, and you blast him with a chest burst of radiant energy, and a Grandier goes, then flies across the room and goes, ah, whack, hits the ground, comes back really, really fast, like, boom, instant bolt, and is like, whoa, that's new.
What? Acid?
I'm sorry. Look. I had to wake you up, and you seemed like you were dead, so I just kind of went with what I had.
Oh, you little cretin.
Look, no, it's fine. No, okay. All right. Whoa. I got you this. This is a gift. I may have killed someone for it, but it's a gift.
It's the head of your father.
And you can have it.
And he hands you a great axe. He like drags it over.
Ooh.
He pulls it out of a little bag, and it gets just way bigger
Mary Poppins
as it
style.
pops into the ground. And he goes,
That's for you. I couldn't find another magic wand.
Be lucky I don't kill you with it.
Okay. Listen, buddy. I'm on your team. Look, if I didn't do what I did to get you out, you'd be being hunted by the Unseelie for the rest of your days.
The hunt.
I'm pretty sure they had you in holding for like a couple weeks.
The rage finally fades. My rage ends.
Look, time is weird there, okay? It's just a strange situation in the Feywild. But luckily, we're back here in the material plane, and you're alive.
My father. I had him. He was right there.
I get that.
Did you get him out too?
I didn't, but listen, we're in a situation right now where they can track you. So I think it's a really good idea if you can't be found. So what do we think? A different identity, permanent physical change? I know some druids.
Let's not get drastic. I'm not having any more of those bloody mushrooms.
No, for sure not. I understand. I kind of abused that with you. All good. I have enough for lifetimes. I'll be fine.
Just get me out of here. Where are we?
Look, we're in the middle of this weird town called Daggerford. I don't really know where it is. I just know it's near some creepy woods, and you look like you came out of it, I guess.
All right. I need clothes. I need new clothes.
I know there's a tavern over there. Sure, let's just go over there. And he eats a little mushroom and becomes this little halfling and begins to walk over towards this tavern. You get towards the tavern. As you get closer to the tavern, you begin to feel a fuzzy feeling in your mind. Would you like to push?
Like a
Forceful do not enter sign appears. in
do
your
not
mind.
enter sign.
This is like a big pain.
Do it.
Can Shiv heal me?
Actually, yes.
Don't do it yet. I'll cast Sanctuary. Final time.
Okay.
'Kay.
One more sanctuary.
Roll the
If I roll a 20, do you drop?
roll the saving throw. Roll the saving
No.
throw. Roll the saving throw. Duncan.
Oh my god.
What'd you roll?
I can't tell you.
Save yourself.
Oh, thank God.
That'll work. He failed.
Okay, you'll take half of 20, so you'll take 10. I did roll a 20. That was like a called it moment. Oh man. All right. So you're looking rough. I know.
We'll save you yet.
You're feeling rough. I can't speak for everyone else. Mordenkainen seems to be drooling, FYI. If you look at his person, he's just like very into what's going on here.
Oh,
in
this
that-
is like
in
daytime
that-
television? What's
in
going
that-
on here?
Like is just like he's learning a ton and is very interested in what's going on here. Especially as he sees like these mushrooms and all that stuff. So
Has he
he's like,
somehow like materialized popcorn?
do you
in
want to
Duncan-
materialize popcorn?
No,
has,
him.
has Mordenkainen? He's just
It doesn't
watching this?
it doesn't seem like he is.
He's not that kind of
He's
guy.
he's too focused.
He's very focused on what's going on. So
He's too focused
Duncan,
to
you've
make
pushed. You've decided to push. So you enter this tavern and you see that there is an alligator man sitting on one of the benches, and this alligator man is just sitting there looking around, and seems to have his hands clasped in prayer. We also see just kind of like the rest of the tavern. If you remember from the beginning of this campaign, we recognize we are in the very similar situation that we once were. As the memory continues over time, you're introduced to Shiv. This little halfling man introduces himself as a name that you've since forgotten, and is basically just like he's a monster hunter. He's really good at all that stuff. Like he's kind of kick butt, and all that. And then basically in the evening, you go up to the room and it's you and a Grandier, and he goes, "Look, dude, I'm on your team here, but you know too much. You're putting yourself at risk."
What? Are you going to lead them to me? Is that what you're saying?
No, look. All right, here. For this, what do you say we both wipe what happened?
How do I know yours will work on you?
Good point. Trust. A lifetime of trust.
That we don't have.
Look, here's the thing. I have assurance that you're going to do the right thing in the end.
No.
It will. You're going to do the right thing in the end. Do I need to pull that on you now?
Can't do this.
Kind of have to, buddy. Care about you.
Oh, you care.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really care.
All right. You're going to have to do the right thing, and this is the right thing. Here it is.
You're taking one too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure you are. Takes it. Downs it.
You wake up in the morning, and this little halfling man goes, "Oh, hey, good morning, Duncan Gilchrist. It seems that the monster hunting you were doing last night has got you tired. I would go and talk to your new friend Shiv. He seems to be interested in doing work with you. Other than that, I wish you the best. And, you dropped this." And hands you a letter. And then leaves.
Very, very confused. Duncan's
Good.
Read the letter.
Oh, does he read the letter?
And you feel strange. Like you just had a really weird dream about a hag. The beginning of the campaign begins right there.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I guess that settles it.
Does it?
I don't know. I guess it was always a Grandier.
What
So,
was?
who wiped my memory?
Okay.
So why? Are they still tracking us? Is this why you say I have this secret mission? Talking to Real Grander.
It's pretty complicated. Basically, if you kill Mother Night, then one of my contracts is fulfilled, and then I can hopefully have enough sway to get your dad.
Out of the kindness of your heart.
Listen, it's a more of a mutually beneficial situation.
Speaking of mutually beneficial situations, what's this about killing Mother Night?
You care to fill them in?
No?
It sounds about right.
It seems that this Duncan is trying to kill a strange dark entity, and I'm now guessing at the behest of this strange blue quickling.
Basically. Except he told me it wasn't his idea when he first reminded me of my mission here.
Yeah.
Look, ultimately, I already told you this. You've heard before that I'm going to get your dad out. The details you didn't really care about. So you joined me in this plan. In fact, most of it was yours. Mm-hmm. It's just the situation about wiping your memory that was kind of, yeah, you're welcome.
So what happens if I decide to just get my dad out myself and I don't really need you and you have no more contracts bound to me?
That's a good point. It's a good point. We did skip a few situations, so you're not exactly sure what contracts I might have on you.
On me?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I got a few like things. Here, look. They want you dead. They do, and I could make that happen. And I don't want to make that happen, but this is the best shot for you and the best shot for me to get yourself into good light.
You could make that happen here and now.
Why are you so mad at me? We were friends like just an hour ago.
Yeah. It's easy to be friends with someone who doesn't know you're being taken advantage of.
You call it taking advantage of. I call it being extra special BFFs forever.
Yeah. I think I'm done here. I want out.
Okay, well, I suppose all you have to do is just give up control, Duncan, and we will return back to the plane of the material. I guess with the Shadowfell, I guess.
Are you sure?
What else is there to learn? This is
Did
going
they-
to kill me if we stay any longer.
Could. But have you found anything more about how to get to where your father is?
Well, I know the Unseelie Court has them. I know it's in their prisons. I mean, isn't that enough?
Perhaps.
Well, it seems that we might have to get out before we are able to do those things. Is there anything you remember about, I suppose, this Mother Knight that might be a benefit to us?
Oh, yeah.
Only what a Grandier's told me. So, is there anything are you asking if there's something I remember?
That might be what I'm asking. I'm sort of just trying to piece things together. I kind of have my own side project going in my head. I apologize.
Oh. I don't know, ideas? Anyone?
What about like before, like before you found your father, like the time? What happened in that time before?
It seemed like a lot of just being raised by this little one, taken advantage of.
But like, do you think there's anything like you did that could help you in the future?
I mean, maybe, but we'd be searching for a needle in a haystack.
We never found out why they took him.
Aye, we didn't. Well, how far back would we have to go to figure that out?
Well, it depends on how much your father told you. Maybe it's difficult to perceive through.
I mean, you saw the conversation. I barely got to introduce myself, and then I was knocked out.
True. I guess I mean your father's intrigue in what's going on. He might have told you a while ago. Do we know anything else about him? Do you have any memory from before? How much did you wipe?
Kind of just picked a number. We went back to. I mean, you'd have been like what, 12?
12? Yeah.
Yeah, that's how far back. I kind of just went for it. I mean, I figured you were like 400, so I picked a good number.
So, can I recall some just off the top of my head, since we've kind of been jumping around, or can I only recall what we've seen?
You can really only recall what we've seen.
Okay.
The situation basically is saying, Grandier's saying that he wiped your memory from when you were 12 onward.
Right. And so, like, can I remember when my dad was taken? I was like, yeah, you know.
You were that age, 12.
So then, like, can I remember how my state of mind at the time, and like.
Yeah, I mean when your dad was taken away, like you were very distraught that your dad, like you knew it was your dad, like you had that full understanding.
So like I would understand like my relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? I mean you have like from when you were really young up until you were 12.
Well then I'd say like, you know, I think my dad, I do remember him talking about the good old days. Back when he would go adventuring, hunting for treasures and monsters and with his friends.
Monster treasures.
Monster treasures.
I know the same. It's a real thing.
And treasure.
Dragon scales are with fortunes.
Mimics. Mimics. So, I don't know. Maybe he got in with the wrong crowd.
His name is Fletcher Gilchrist.
Yeah, do you know?
I knew someone who talked about old Fletcher. He was an interesting man. He was a wizard.
Yes.
It seems that your father might have been an adventurer. I'm not super familiar with him, but I'm familiar knowing that if he was hanging around with this individual, that he was quite proficient at adventuring. Probably stopped an apocalypse. We all do eventually.
Well, maybe in one of his exploits he pissed off the Unseelie Court for whatever reason.
Do you still happen to have that letter that Grandia gave to you?
I was about to read it before we started talking.
Yeah, so that was weird, cause I don't remember saying that last bit, which is why I'm confused. I feel like now's a good time to say that.
Well, maybe your mushroom worked on you more than you thought.
I just
With the
gave
letter?
you the mushroom. I didn't eat one, and then I bailed.
What? But we just saw.
Right, that's weird.
Roll it back.
All right, you go back, and you see that individual, a
It all-
little small man in robes with a little hand and all that, and you see. Make a perception check
All of us probably.
if you would like to.
I would like to. Sure. 17.
23.
7.
That's why we're here.
It is it's an interesting sight because this individual is illusory. The look that they are beholding is illusory, but the letter is real.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever they are, Duncan wasn't able to see, but it was an illusion. And as he hands it down, stamped on that letter, closed on it, is like a weird edge of some strange eyeball almost. You recognize, like, you've seen it before. Make a history check.
Yikes. 11.
12.
Duncan, you have advantage. And there's a reason why in a second.
Did not help.
Interesting. Whatever it is, it seemed to have made by something that wasn't intended to be a stamp. Wasn't intended to be marked this way.
Like it's a forgery or?
No, like it was stamped in such a way that only the person who wrote it would recognize.
Anyone notice that?
Is it part of your gauntlets? Like the
Ding
back?
ding. I don't have when you figure it out, I just tell you. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the eye of one of your ogres.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
How did you got a little sorcerer left in you, don't you?
It wasn't him. It was the previous owner.
Interesting. What does it say?
Did he open it?
Dad, did he open?
Yeah, did I open it?
I would assume that you probably pocketed it. I don't know. Did you
Still-
open it?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
Wait,
But did he
no, I
open it?
didn't.
Check your satchel.
Wait,
I mean,
can he?
I'm unconscious though. I mean, I'm a disembodied.
I don't know. Is it there? Do we know if it's there? Because Duncan, this is like something where Duncan's gonna have to pull out and look at it if he's gonna see that it's there.
Right.
Yes, Duncan. All you have to do is give up control, and we will leave. Very simple process.
Well, but why is this memory different?
This seems groggy. It seems like we was forced here.
By who? Grantha, are you doing this?
No, I told you, like, I wasn't me. I bailed. Honest.
I don't like this. Maybe someone's tempered with my memory.
Probably.
Can we take a look at it when we get out?
Who are you asking?
Mordenkainen.
Then yes, of course, we could absolutely do such things.
I like how the who are you asking is like a perfectly valid question because he's not in the room to look. Just kind of talking to the whole room.
All right.
Just
I yield
release.
I yield control.
Perfect. Finally, I'm in control now. Mordenkainen begins, and he begins to fast forward. Duncan, you take 17 psychic damage.
What?
And Mordenkainen says, I've yet to meet Strahd since we've talked last, and begins to fast forward in towards Barovian memory and the life that you've experienced quite recently.
How are you feeling on a scale from 1 to 86?
About 11.
And he goes into Strahd's castle, and we begin to see Duncan.
I'll quickly cast Aura of Vitality.
You see Vasilka, Thomas, you see Shiv, you see all of that previous cast from that space. You see all of those characters, including and not limited to all of the, Anastasia, Cyrus, Escher, Gertruda, Ludmilla, Rahadin, Sasha.
So this is like when we
Strahd,
went
Thomas,
there for dinner.
Valenta, all of those people. When you went there, he is
Dinner
now
time?
in dinner time. He is there and he's looking around, and you see almost in rapid succession, in flashing eyes, Mordenkainen is looking around this space, and then he goes towards back where Valenta took Duncan away and looked and saw the dragon's skull, and back into that situation. He's looking around and he says, "Oh, I knew he had died. Man, this is interesting." And was looking at Thomas and was looking at all these situations and is kind of like going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between different moments in time. And it's almost like difficult for you guys to keep up with. And so anyway, it's just very strange that he is now poking and prodding in your mind. He gets to that point where you're beginning to get uncomfortable as he is now like, obviously people go to the bathroom. It's a thing. And so he tries to skip past that part. It's kind of awkward. He doesn't. I'm just kidding. That's a big old fashioned joke.
Are you for the third round yet?
There's nothing in Duncan's memory that is repressed. Right, so it's like we've kind of passed those repressiveness. You've saved him from a little psychic damage.
Oh, I'll roll it all then.
However, you do see as Duncan
There
is
you go.
Duncan is studying Strahd, looking at Strahd. He says, I need to open what you're thinking here. I apologize. You take 15 psychic damage. And we begin to hear...
What did you just give me, Andy?
I'm now up to 24, 28, 30, and that's half of it.
Okay, because I was about to die.
So you basically get 15 because Mordenkainen just wipes 15 from you, and basically looks and goes, I see, you're not really a monster hunter. Okay, you have no idea what you're looking at. You're just taking in Strahd and in pieces. He's clearly terrifying, yes, I've fought him myself. Just strange that I thought you'd have more. All right, let's go back. I need to see, and he goes back to the abbot, and we go all the way back, and we go back and see the abbot, and we see the abbot transform into this angel, this fallen angel with the eyes in this strange situation, and he says, Duncan, you don't know anything about this as well, do you? We're in the middle of the combat. You're about to strike down and split its head open. Your eyes are looking closely at this angel, and we're looking at that perspective.
I know he's a celestial, and he was a fallen angel. We killed him.
Interesting. Did he have much to say? I don't want to push any farther than I have to.
He was making people. He was making flesh golems. He made our companion Vasilka.
Oh, the one that didn't make it through
Yes.
the situation. Seems she rolled below a 5.
What?
The initiative.
Oh, she
was
fall
there.
asleep. That's right.
Right.
She can't
Is she just
sleep.
awake right now? Oh no.
Oh no.
And yeah, she rolled in that one. I was like, no, she's not. She doesn't make it. And
she doesn't sleep.
We're
That
gonna
makes
get
sense.
there and she'll be just asleep.
So he's basically like, interesting. So I need to confer then this example with the one that we saw back at the church. And we fast forward again, and we see Lucian. We see Lucian with his wings and his body similarly to the abbot, but not the same. Different being, different beast. And he says, I wonder if... Did you see anything that I didn't see? And then we go towards the hole in the ground that Esmeralda was initially saved from. And remember, we tracked through and did a mystery kind of what happened here. And we learned that whatever fell into the church. And he's observing kind of that scene and looks through and rolls pretty well and kind of sees what's going on here, takes it in and says, I've learned enough. I will not subject you to any more pain.
You gain 39 more health.
Oh, thank you.
I am interested, though, before we go. Is there anything you two wanted to know?
I was gonna say, can I take control? That was gonna be my next question.
Man, you're making your own moves here, brother.
Holy crap! I didn't think this through.
I mean, there's plenty I want to know.
You're not getting control.
Fine.
Yeah. Set the place on fire.
Yeah, I kind of do that sometimes.
Like I said, I'm quite satisfied. I've learned a little bit.
I think I'd like to end it, please.
Oh no, you're just fine the way you are.
You are now.
I don't know. There's.
And if you're not, we can make you so.
I don't think there's anything Frizz would care about at this moment.
I still have 2 more slots.
I mean, if your curiosity is piqued, he has no control.
As tempting as that is.
Mordenkainen's a jerk, man.
It seems a little wrong.
It is wrong. And if any of you take any more control, you just better hope I die in here. Are you seriously thinking about this?
Well, it seems that you're destined to kill Strahd, so killing you would be a bad idea.
Is he?
Would we like to see what Madame Ava said? I know I was going quickly.
Oh yeah, let's go back to that.
Wait.
You don't have to.
All right, so we go towards. I was like, oh, did I mess up? We go towards Madame Ava again, back in the tent. We're just going all. This is a flashback episode, evidently. We're going back towards.
Not for Frizz.
It's true, you're learning a ton. And
Frizz is getting filled in.
Madame Ava is there, and Duncan is now sitting in the room, and Madame Ava gives him this conversation. This conversation about all the items that he needs, and says, that he can use it. There's not anything that would allude that he's destined. It seems that Mordenkainen made an assumption as he briefly passed. But the idea is that Duncan is definitely, he was put in a position from Madame Ava to be the one to deliver all the information.
Was there anything in there that we didn't know?
In where?
In that exchange.
Oh.
I don't know if there was.
It seems, as we watched it back, that everything that Duncan told you was not withheld. It's quite simple. At least now. We all know his memory and his problems.
Yeah.
Seems that he was quite lonely, and all he had was this little blue man.
We gave him mushrooms.
It's not my real dad.
Well, anyways. Do you remember having that letter on you?
Let's find out.
Go back to, I don't know, a half hour before we got in here.
Okay, so we go and we see Duncan is ruffling through. He's about to grab a piece of jerky on his way over, and he's just going to nibble on it for a second. He opens the bag. Make a perception check. As someone stands over the bag and looks in.
16.
4.
12.
16 is enough to know that there is a piece of paper that is invisibly placed in here. You're beginning to notice the absence of space occupying space.
I see.
Cool.
Some sort of a scroll tube.
I'll say to Mordenkainen, you see that?
Sorry.
Does he see that?
Glasses. He's wearing glasses now.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Seems that some sort of a scroll tube has been placed here.
So it seems that very possibly the letter is still here.
I wonder who it's from. This will be interesting.
It will be.
Not a granddad, apparently.
Look, guys, I'm telling you 100% true. Didn't give it to him. It's not me.
Probably.
Can I insight what he said?
Sure, totally.
I'll obey by your insight rules. Is it 19? 19.
He did not lie. Did not seem so. He seems to be fully unaware of what's going on.
Good to know.
All right. Okay, so this is where I don't have any diamonds or anything. But pulling out of his mind will hurt. So luckily you've been healing him?
Yep.
Wonderful.
Most
All right.
of it, most of it anyway.
If you would, Duncan, we would like to leave.
As would I.
Knew I should have kept that last thing.
The reality is that you were under control the whole time. You take... you just believed him and you let him do it. You take 26 points of psychic damage as we all evict from your mind.
Do we take any psychic damage?
We do, actually. We take half of that.
Oh, okay.
13.
Yep. And Vasilka is like wiping the blood of Duncan's mouth as he was like bleeding out and his nose is bleeding.
Jeez.
And like she's like, oh, he's alive. Okay, I did something right. Oh, you're all alive. Okay, great. Wow. And then a grandier, it goes "Pzoom," and goes stop. Wow, Mordenkainen yells stop as a grandier is about to just bolt. And he's
the
back
door's
up against the
closed.
door. It's closed now, and he's like, so like we're cool, right? Like,
Question. How much does he weigh?
how much? He weighs as much as a Barbie doll.
So you
Okay.
can catapult him.
Duncan's gonna rip his
That's-
straps off.
That's
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
how well did he tie them?
And they're like leather straps.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
It's probably still worth it. Like the top.
Strength.
Okay. That's 6.
They hold taut,
Yeah.
and Mordenkainen goes, "I will open those when you calm down.
Okay. I'm calm.
I understand I have pissed you off. This is all in the pursuit of getting the hells out of here."
It's alright. I'm calm. Perfectly at peace.
Right, a Grandia.
gonna kill him.
What is our situation with the Grandia? He seems to be quite powerful and also capable of running fast.
Well, I mean, honestly,
Look, I went out just as much as you do.
it could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Look, you got memories-ish now.
This little runt's my adopted father!
Look, I'm not really, like you said, I'm not your dad.
No, you're not my real dad.
I'm not.
Still
I'm not.
patricide, though.
I'm just, it's sort of like an ownership, but it's not. It's not slavery.
You
You've
don't
done what you
own
want.
me.
You've done whatever you want.
Duncan's gonna rage.
For sure. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll.
Sure
You got your sheet finally. Go nuts.
Roll a 7.
This one.
Is it teleport?
No. Flowers and vines temporarily grow around you until your rage ends. The ground within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain for your enemies.
Okay, so just like flowers and like gross vines.
Well, Shiv's certainly gonna say, well, he seems calmer.
Okay.
He smells better.
While they're doing that, can
yeah.
I go over to his bag?
Yes, you 100% can.
I'm gonna go over to his bag
Okay.
and open it.
Yep.
And it looks like what I saw in his mind. Like I can,
Yeah. So you didn't notice it.
Oh, that's right.
Shiv did, but you did.
I pointed it out
But you
to
did. Yeah.
to
So now you are
Mordenkainen.
aware of these things.
Right.
Yeah. You're more than welcome to investigate this bag and try to find it.
Is he being stealthy?
It doesn't seem so.
What are you doing in my bag? Get away from my things.
I'm just grabbing that ladder.
I don't care. Get out of my stuff. Let me go. Get me out of here.
Still gonna do it. He's still restrained.
I know.
What was this investigation?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, so I get advantage.
Yeah, it is. Get your whole beak in there.
24 or 26.
Your whole beak in there. 20, 24, 26. So yeah, you find this invisible tube and you grab it and it feels like a legit tube in your hands. It's invisible.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to Shiv and go.
Can you do anything to make this visible?
Yeah. Shiv will grab it and try to find an end cap and take it off.
You do.
Pop. Do I
Inside
see
is
inside?
inside is a leather.
Pop out the letter and say, done.
Wait. What's it say?
It's it's sealed.
We'll take out his tiny glasses.
It is currently sealed. Would you like to cut the seal?
No. Shiv would like to take it over and fit it up against his gauntlets.
Yeah, it's the same marking.
Does it do anything?
No. It's
Okay.
it's basically a wax and somebody had taken the gauntlet and sealed it with
Stamped
the
the-
gauntlet.
Shiv's going to do it just in case.
Cool. It fits. It was really his
Frizz,
gauntlet.
Frizz didn't notice that the first time. He's going, oh.
Cool.
Never be too sure. Might do something. Now we'll try to open it.
Could have been a grinder.
So yeah, you cut it open, you pull
You
it
can
open.
use one of your throwing daggers.
The letter says
One of your 8.
The letter says, "To you. Despite your family being broken and destroyed, you hunt the monsters that destroy them. Trust your instincts and your emotions, using your anger that drives you to succeed in the goals of your subconscious. Find others who would fight evil and protect them. You are strong should you use the gauntlets you wear. Only then will you accomplish your goals. Your magic is wild. Use it well. Trust the Quickling, but only so much. And finally, use the name I have signed at the end of this letter. It is yours to keep. Duncan Gilchrist."
You future-proofed yourself.
A future-proof dude. Old past Duncan's a G. Did Duncan? Did he just read that out loud or?
Did he?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess I did. Huh.
Shiv's going to say, oh. Well,
See, look. Even when you think I got you, you've always been the smarter one between us. So, look, I'm not your father, but, I mean, you got me. I'm proud of you, son. I mean, Duncan.
Shiv's going to point at Grandier and say, but who is the halfling?
Was it the same halfling that like he turned into at the
It
Blue
looked
Water?
like the same halfling, but it was an illusion. But when a Grandier's doing it, it's always an illusion.
I don't know. Mordenkainen, you were messing around in there.
It is my understanding that it would seem that your magical expertise allowed you to either pay someone ahead of time or something of the sort to deliver this letter to yourself. That would be my guess. If it really is your handwriting, I suppose yes, you can, and you no longer have shackles on.
Thank you.
Shiv
I'm gonna rage again.
Yep, you do.
Roll the 1.
Wow.
At the teleport.
Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed at a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage.
Oh my gosh.
You also gain temporary hit points equal to 1d12 plus your barbarian level.
Oh,
Wow.
gosh. Who are you targeting? Because
Okay.
that
Actually,
includes-
it doesn't say targeting, does it? It just says
Yeah,
though.
no, he chooses.
You choose.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So you can
Choose a Grandier.
only him.
Just only a Grandier.
I'm not actually gonna try and kill him.
Okay, but here's the reality of the magic damage. You do it, and then I will roll initiative, and then we'll see how this goes. Or you don't. It's up to you. I'm being very nice letting you do this.
I was gonna say, is the rage an optional?
Of course, now I get that rage option.
No, like you get to choose. If you
Oh, that's
choose
true.
no
you
one,
can choose no one.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can choose no one?
Doesn't it say?
Yeah. Each creature of your choice, so you could just not choose.
Oh, I could choose a
anybody.
bunch or none.
Yes.
Is what it sounds
Right.
like.
You could also choose me. If you truly were mad that I went through your stuff.
No, I'm
Okay.
mad at, I'm pissed at a Grandier. So
Okay.
I'm gonna chase him around, futilely,
Okay.
Probably.
just like with my hands trying
Yeah.
to grab him.
It's a very intense moment.
It's like this
That's
dark trail behind you.
And Grander's like, "Dude, I'm sorry. Hey.
Get back here!
You're running around the room, and Mordenkainen goes, "All right, I have much to think on. Goodbye." Boom. You guys all appear outside in the barn.
Oh, that's cool.
She's just gonna watch you guys running around and say, like father, like son.
And the Grandier goes, "Choom," takes off.
Little bastard coward.
And you three are now alone in the barn.
Is it raining?
Do you want it to be?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Is there wildlife nearby?
Is there wildlife nearby? Good question.
Oh yeah, we're in a barn. What sort of?
It's raining now.
That's right. Because it was after the burgomaster's head
Oh yeah.
had a hole dug in it.
Was that how long has it been since then?
Not very long. Well, you guys don't know what time it is.
That's a good question. Can I look and try to determine what time it is?
It was yesterday.
Was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like crap.
I believe it.
Let's get some sleep.
Yeah. Why not?
Head back to the
Sure.
Blue Water Inn.
As we're walking back, she was gonna say, "I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that'd be more fun."
Oh, that wasn't fun for you?
Mm,
Uh,
I've had better.
I had a blast.
Several of them.
Well, I thought it was fascinating.
If you ever go through my stuff again without my permission, you're gonna wish you had that potion for me.
Noted. I'm sorry.
It's alright. Just in a mood.
Oh yeah, speaking of potions, didn't you mix a couple of potions,
Oh yeah.
which apparently are some kind of wild magic?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you it's the two 1d6 flumps.
Flumps? What was that?
And
Flump? You don't know what flump is?
I don't know what a flump is either.
Neither do I, but that's okay.
And then I think I give you a bonus action. I think that one was just like you get a bonus action.
It's kind of cool.
I'm pretty sure. That's how I wrote it down shorthand.
That's fine. You can have
So-
basically.
We'll
you
figure that out later. It's
yeah.
more just, this is what happens as we're walking.
You guys
And
distribute.
I'll explain.
Yep.
What I know of them to him.
Right on.
Well, so Duncan, now that you've regained your memories, what's next for you?
Is this a news report? God, I mean, I have to. My father's still alive. I guess I can still rescue him, but
We still gonna kill that night mother?
I mean, maybe she can help me get him out. I don't know.
No. Usually, as soon as you come up upon things that are slightly evil, tend to
Well, she's not with the Unseelie
try and
Court.
stab them in your face.
She's not with the Unseelie Court. Maybe she's a nice druid witch.
Yeah, she probably was with the Unseelie Court
Why do they want her dead?
because she was.
Well, either way, I think I want some answers. I want to find her. If I can. But I know we have pressing matters to attend to already. And we need to find a way out of Barovia.
As you guys are walking, you see there are people carrying bodies,
Oh yeah.
beginning to pile them up in the middle of town. And you hear one of the guards look to the other one and go, "I wish that we could just burn them now, but it seems we have to wait until the rain goes. It rained all night and it's still raining. What a shitty place to live."
Wait, it rained all night? It's not the middle of the night?
Did you guys go in the middle of the night?
We went, it was like nighttime.
Pretty
Right, it's
much.
morning.
Okay.
But we were only in there for like 2 hours.
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you?
Were we?
Was I?
We're spending another day sleeping.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying it's the morning and you hear a guard say, "It rained all night and it's now raining. It's still raining."
Okay. Can I?
I'm actually good if you want to do
Can
stuff.
I cast flaming sphere onto the pile of bodies?
What?
I mean, you can chaotic neutral the shit out of that.
I see a problem. I'll go up to one of the guards and say,
I think I might be able to help.
Whoa, you're very okay. Sure.
And I'll cast Flaming Sphere.
Yeah.
5-foot diameter sphere of fire appears in front of it, and then I'm going to have it move because it can move 30 feet.
And doesn't get put out by rain.
Just
It does not.
this flaming sphere goes off, and all the bodies go up in flames, and goes, "Whoa! Let me stand back first." And you guys you just watch as these bodies become very quickly charred.
Nice.
We could have looted those.
No, actually, we already did that.
Oh,
That's,
okay.
that's already been done.
Procedure.
It's pretty normal. I mean, that guy, we know he had like at least a few like cans in his home, so like we took those. So
Wait. So, it's been a day.
yeah, pretty much. Isek has it all under control. He said he now is in charge. The Walker brothers are petitioning everyone to sign away all of their, basically they will be in charge. But they've obviously only started this morning, and it's been kind of I just feel like it's bad taste to go and do that quickly. But like they're very interested in making some real changes so that it doesn't happen again. So honestly, I might vote for the Walker brothers. They're pretty. It's pretty simple. Like Isek is kind of a dick. Like I like him, and he's a good boss, but like I'm not built for like leadership in that capacity.
Let me ask you this. What do you think of Father Lucian?
Father Lucian, who is that?
Lucian?
He's like the priest.
The creepy priest?
What about
Was.
him?
Do you know he was a devil?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. Isn't kind of weird looking.
No,
but
like he was literally.
I don't know what
a
you mean.
devil.
I'm sorry. I just
Don't vote for the Rocker brothers.
What?
Their mother was trying to bring about.
just because
Hell
like
on earth.
listen, if because man's mother is whore, that does not mean he's a bad man. Like
I
that's not.
said don't vote for Walker brothers.
I'm going to like have to like put you under arrest or something if you don't like calm down, because that would suck for you.
Sorry,
I was hoping
he's
for
had
an
a night.
intimidation.
Then just intimidate me. I'm not. You're talking to two guards and you're one dude. Like,
It's a
I'm
large
wa-
dude.
I'm one dude with my homies. All right.
I mean, you're trying to intimidate him. Then
With a bird and an
draw your
alligator.
weapon. Like, do something that makes it like to the next level so that there's a penalty.
Okay.
Right? Because to me, it's like if you're just being mean to
All
a
right.
guard, he's gonna be like, put you in the stockade. Like you suck. But like
I
otherwise,
said,
it's
fine. I say don't vote for the Walker brothers, and I get out my fade knife.
Yep.
And it grows to a great sword, and I rest on it.
Okay. Now make an intimidation check.
There you go.
There's like a significant
Yeah.
penalty of failure now. That's how this goes.
Okay. 22.
Okay, like we didn't mean anything to be rude. We'll just go. Thanks for burning the bodies. It'll smell like crap, but at least it'll be burnt crap.
You're welcome.
So, good luck. If you need to find us, we'll be somewhere else.
That's right.
They walk away.
All right. Well, we should probably clean up this mess before we do anything. You don't want the Walker brothers. Do you want any more devil problems?
I don't think they were specifically involved. Well,
You don't know what kind of magic is in their house. You don't know what kind of curses their mom has put on them.
speaking of curses, we forgot to heal their sister's madness, didn't we?
Aye, there's that to attend to.
We could do that.
Or maybe Brictavi already took care of it.
Either way,
We mentioned it. It doesn't matter.
I want to talk to Isiek.
Now?
I don't know. It's too early to sleep.
I mean, I could always sleep.
Unless you want to travel at night.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Seems we have some raven folk to rescue.
Oh, that reminds me, yes. Yesterday, at least, we found where they were at.
Oh, where?
Pull out map. Point.
Point where? Oh, that map. Literally, pull out the map.
Literally, pull out the map.
Like literally.
Like literally, bro.
He literally pulled out the map.
Wow.
Here.
You.
At the you.
Actually, he goes here.
Oh, like, whoa, man.
He's flying,
Like
so
Zoink Scoop. Hey, you.
You.
this area.
Wow.
That way. Down. That.
I'm doing it.
Obviously, Shiv doesn't know exactly where it's at, so he points.
There it is.
He points to the general area.
You.
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 All right. First is gonna say,
I really kind of wore myself out in Duncan's mind. I think I need to go rest, and I've got some things I can work on. So I can
We can
I'll
do
just-
that right now if you want.
well, don't let me hold you up. You guys can go, and I can fly and meet you.
I doubt it.
I feel like you're hiding something. What's your deal? This is Vasilka.
I'm not. I'm just trying, and I was gonna start working on the potion for you, and to figure out your problem.
I mean, yeah. Do it. Sweet. Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to get in the way.
We may need you down there. There was some kind of a treehouse situation.
how far is that?
The whole land is fubo.
What is? It's each one a quarter of a mile. You said.
Mm-hmm. It's quite a bit of distance.
If you need time, we can do that
13.
right now.
13.
Do what?
And you can fly at like,
Short
Probably
rest and an
50.
action.
Short rest.
well, I mean,
Well, can I?
estimation with rain and all that jazz would be like 4 miles an hour.
So it's 13. So that's 3. It would take me less than an hour to fly there. It's 13 quarter miles, so like 3.25 miles.
Sure.
So I could get there. So it'd be 8 hours of resting plus an hour to fly there. It'd be 9 hours.
Why don't you go start resting, Shiv? You
Oh,
can
yeah, you
rest
guys-
too, or you can come with me.
Where?
I'm gonna talk to Isaac real quick,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna sleep too?
Yeah.
Or are you just gonna short
I'm
rest?
just gonna talk to Isaac first.
Oh, okay. Well, then if we're all long resting, it doesn't really matter.
All right, what are we doing?
I can. I don't really need to.
I
need
if
to.
you want.
I could do it within I only used one spell slot, so I could just do it in a short rest.
I used
Or based on the hourglass, one action.
Well, I'm like
Mm.
almost half health, and I'm out of
Yeah, you would-
rages, and
you
I'm
would want to.
I'm grumpy. All right, so let's go to the Burgo Maggot house.
The Burgomaster?
He lives at the Burger King. Good, good, good. Man, that's the
Great.
second Joey reference we made today. All right, so we go to the Burgomaster's home. The Burgomaster's home is fine there. It is, door is closed. You see that the lawn has been taken care of a little less. And,
Dead.
yep. And you knock on the door.
Shiv's gonna sit you. So, you good cop?
How about you be good cop for once?
Yeah.
You're greeted by a maid who says, "Oh, hello. Oh, it is you. Yes, Isaac will be down in a moment." And she closes the door.
Cool. Well, that was easy.
I'm not here, right? I'm resting.
Do you want to be here?
Not really.
Okay, then you're not. Boom, you're not here. It's that simple.
Poof, feathers.
I wish.
Dude, that'd be sick.
That'd be fun.
So as you guys are waiting outside, it's taking a little bit. And then finally, Isaac comes to the door, opens and goes, "Hello. Oh, hello. Hey, gentlemen. How are things? Where were you last night?
Oh, we were.
Cleaning up."
We got sucked into something. I'll tell
Yeah.
you about it some other time. But suffice to say,
It's very complicated.
yeah, long story. But wanted to talk to you about the situation.
What is the situation?
Well, it seems that there's kind of an issue in Valaki. It no longer has its burgomaster.
Right. I don't actually have birthright to be here. I was discussing with someone about the possibility of trying to track down my lineage just to see things. Maybe there might be a way that we could make it work. As a man with no lineage now, there is no way for me to even petition to run the town. I like the Walker brothers. They may have legitimate claim. They believe they have something like some sort of writ that says they can have stuff, but I don't even have. I have a last name, but it is not. It is not quite the same.
Well, I don't think we want those Wachter brothers running things. I'd like for this town to stay safe and be a safe haven for us to return to in these troubled times.
You're saying you would like to come here? Is that what's the?
I'm just saying I don't think Valaki would be as safe as it is, or as it has been, as dangerous as it might be, with the Wachter brothers in charge.
I don't see a problem with them. There have been pretty normal kids. I suppose that's just their youth. I kind of can understand, but that might be a problem. But they seem like good boys.
This should be fine.
I'm not going to say it's. I mean, what kind of influence does a burgomaster have? I mean, I'm in charge of the guard still, unless I guess he deposes me.
So what if they order you to do something stupid?
I'm too smart. They would not get that past me.
Oh, you're right. You know who else I think might have a pretty solid claim?
Who might have claim?
You know, that local innkeeper at the Blue Water Inn who took over after the Mardikovs left?
You're talking about Rictavio?
Rictavio, yeah.
I wasn't sure that he had. He said he was from out of town. Why would he have claim?
You know, I think he said he had relatives that lived here, and that's kind of what interested him in checking the place out.
Make a deception check, Duncan. Wow. Got a regular old, just blatant liar.
Oh. It's a 5.
I don't need you to be. I understand he's a nice guy, but I cannot abide under lies. We cannot live our life like this. I would say, going forward, for now, I am in charge, and as soon as people calm down, we will host some sort of a situation to let Walker Brothers take over, because they have claim. Unless you can find information on someone else that may have claim, we're kind of SOL.
I see. Does it matter if their claim came from a devil?
Listen, I define devil.
Like a literal smells of brimstone from hell devil.
No, they said their claim was from Van Sarovich.
Well, he's also a devil.
Other kind.
Other kind of devil.
He has the count, so we have to. That's what the writ says.
Alright, well, I won't disturb you anymore. Well, we'll get back to you if we find anything.
Alright.
All right. Good luck, and you guys can frown now. And then closes the door.
Well, at least we can frown now. Also, we remembering the same Wachter brothers? Or have they been replaced with doppelgangers?
Well, they might have always been replaced with doppelgangers, sure, but I don't trust brothers that leave their sister insane like that.
Leave.
Aye, she's just been in that room for God knows how long.
Yeah, I don't think they can do anything about it.
They could find some help.
Well,
They're rich enough.
we can now.
Could have the whole time.
Yeah, hard to get people in.
Is it?
Well, based on what Mordenkainen said.
Well, either way, I don't trust their mother, I don't trust their connections, and I don't like the smell of it. I'm just saying. Valaki's a nice place. I'd hate to see it stop being nice. For our sakes.
I get that. I just don't think you're remembering the right people. Their mother was certainly someone we wouldn't want to let around.
Right.
But they didn't seem to
Who
be
raised
of
them?
the same ilk.
Alright, whatever.
So, Frez, you walk into the Blue Water Inn.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment you walk into the Blue Water Inn, you see a man who's
shoulders high, arms crossed, and leaning up against the wall. And this man is dark-colored skin, wearing sunglasses at night, that kind of vibe, and is just wearing a long coat that is all black. And he kind of pops over and goes, "Hey, I know you're new in town. My name is Ernst Larnack. I've seen you around, and you seem to have a little bit of, influence. I might make an offer to you, if you don't mind."
What would that be?
Well, you see, I need you to do me a favor.
What's
I
that?
saw you burn those bodies, and, I think you might be helpful. You see, I need Mr. Isek Strasny dead.
Why's that?
Well, I've reason to believe that, that he works for the Devil Strahd. And we will pick up there next time.
Damn!
Oh my gosh! OMG. All right, hey, you've been a really great audience who have watched this incredible sequence of events. As we see you next week, the week before Christmas, be prepared for next episode of Crow's Curtain Call. Have a good one. Goodbye.